Hello, I'm Natalie Becker. Welcome to It's Africa's Time. Africa has a young and growing population in search of opportunity. Its wealth lies primarily with its people. By enabling these individuals to engage in business, the private sector can unleash people's potential and facilitate the upward growth path of emerging African economies. Education and access to finance are two critical pillars for this growth and key drivers for sustainable socio-economic development on the continent. In today's show, we travel to South Africa's Eastern Cape province, where Siemens is investing in education and the construction of the Mandela School of Science and Technology. But before that, we chat with Stanley Subramani, strategy leader at PricewaterhouseCoopers and chairperson of the NAPAD Business Foundation, about private sector, inclusive business, and the Africa of tomorrow.
Well, I think firstly, Africa's population is now reaching over 1 billion people. It's a young and dynamic population. And I think Africa's growth story is more than just a commodity play. The Africa of tomorrow is an Africa where you can move from Cape to Cairo free of any political or bureaucratic interferences, a continent where goods and services are able to move across, and a continent where money is able to move across. Because you see, the world is becoming highly competitive. And what we need to do, we must make sure Africa is open for business and that the business environment is conducive for low-cost delivery models. Inclusive business, responsible business, corporate citizenry is very important for the Africa of tomorrow. The huge challenge of unemployment, poverty and equality is pervasive across the African continent. GDPs of many countries and many regions have significantly increased over the last 5 years. But what is very, very telling is that the levels of poverty have stayed the same. So inclusive business, smart partnerships, public-private partnerships is key if we want to confront this challenge of unemployment and poverty.
Tata Nelson Mandela gave 67 years of his life fighting for the rights of humanity. On July the 18th, International Mandela Day, all South Africans are called upon to spend at least 67 minutes of their time doing something to uplift their communities. At the Mandela School of Science and Technology, built and financed by Siemens in Mandela's birthplace, activities included a tour of the completed facilities, the donation of the sports pavilion to the community represented by Chief Mandela, and tree planting by VIPs and community members. The children of Mvezo also had the opportunity to engage in science experiments and computer lessons.
Honorable Minister of Basic Education, Honorable Premier of the Eastern Cape, Chief Mandela and all the traditional leaders, the community of Mvezo, our inspiration came from your leader Nelson Mandela, who said, and we can read it all on the t-shirt of the young kids here, that education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world.
And then the idea came up, can we do something here in that area, in the Eastern Cape where Madiba was born, that's also linked to technology. And therefore it's not just an ordinary secondary school, it is a school for science and technology.
We want to therefore take this opportunity to thank Professor Dr. Rosum for coming here and donating the sports pavilion. Education is a single largest investment precisely because it is the key to ending poverty, to ending unemployment, ending inequality, and accelerating long-term inclusive economic growth. We are very grateful to Siemens for making this possible by taking the decision to work with government in building schools for our country and our children, especially in the historically disadvantaged communities. You have no idea, this is huge.
So it's really resources, it's facilities. As you can see here, the villages are dispersed, so it's very difficult to have very good infrastructures to start with that will create an enabling environment for both our learners and our teachers.
This is the school where we are informed Mandela started. And now the only thing that is left of the school is this rendezvous. This area had a rich traditional history, but the people of the area, not many of their children went high in education. At Dalindyebo, where I was principal, children from this area would walk to Dalindyebo, which was quite a long distance.
Those that even dared to go outside our borders and seek to pursue their education further went to Mthatha, went to Dutwa, but they faced challenges merely from being outside parental control, and they were prone to teenage pregnancy, substance abuse, and they would automatically fail and drop out of school. With this school being here in our vicinity, they'll be able to complete their matric and will be able to position themselves for better careers in engineering.
Education is freedom because it gives you more knowledge and you can get job easily.
This high school will have a capacity of 700 learners, starting from grade 8 to grade 12, with those 4 streams from grade 10 to 12. So Mvezo brought in the agriculture space. Engineering and IT very much was a Siemens contribution, whilst the Department of Education brought with it the future doctor, the science, the physical sciences.
Food security is high on our agenda, and we would like to see in 20 years these youth coming out of this school being able to utilize these lands and ensuring that they are being productive and are able not only to feed themselves but to feed the market of Mthatha.
Well, of course, looking just at the infrastructure and equipment, the modern technology that has come in, we're looking forward to production of the best crop of children.
I am very excited to go to Nelson Mandela School of Science and Technology because it's a school of my favorite subject.
This area has had around 32 smaller schools that needed to feed into a senior secondary school. My impressions is that this school is going to fulfill many dreams of parents that wanted their children educated and many dreams of children that are bright and needed to go further with their education.
So when I talked a couple of years ago for the first time with the parents of those kids here in the village, they were so desperate that the kids are getting some kind of education, and now they worked, I think, until midnight tonight to really see that this school is coming together. They are so excited to be part of that program, and they learned a lot, if it is bricklaying or plastering or painting, and they will find much easier now a job with the next construction site.
People are going to benefit from it. Firstly are the children, because some of them are going to start high school, so they won't have to go far. They will study nearby. And then the parents on the other side are going to get jobs. Like, for instance, they're going to be cooking here, they're going to be cleaning, so some of them are going to, maybe they'll be employed here. I think that the kids will go to university, they will come back and build the community through the knowledge.
Right from the beginning, it became clear that the Mvezo community and villages outside of the Mvezo community do not have jobs. In total, we have 200 laborers at the site. The women insisted that they wanted to be a part of building the school for their children.
It's an institution of transformation. It also transforms the mindset that rural areas are backward areas. We really say it's a groundbreaking mechanism to ensure that we deal with the legacy of apartheid in action.
I want to start very serious and I want to pass grade 12. I want to be a doctor. I want to decrease a higher rate of disease like TB, HIV and AIDS.
Currently, we have a lot of capacity and individuals who are expats who are coming into this country. We need as a country to start growing our own talent because we have that potential to do so. And science and technology, specifically those two fields, which lead into medical technology, into engineering, into aviation, as Siemens, that speaks to us. because we see it on a daily basis, the number of graduate students that we can readily employ, that funnel is thinning out. And we need to start as corporates with a social conscience, start plowing into those communities, and specifically into rural communities, because that's where we have a lot of potential that has not been tapped as yet.
Siemens has committed to the school's environmental sustainability and has implemented both wind and solar energy to assist in powering the facilities. Energy-efficient lighting, automation systems, rainwater capture and water filtration technologies have also been incorporated. Construction will be complete at the end of 2013, and in January 2014, the school will open its doors to the first intake of students from grade 8, 9 and 10.
Well, the Siemens Foundation will get involved just now as the building of the school is coming together, because we as a foundation, we concentrate on the training of the teachers, not just for this school, but for the whole region of Eastern Cape.
I train principals, I train officers of the government, I train teachers in management, as well as community members in project management. We want to start as if we have been running for the past 5 years.
I expect that ultimately this school will become the top school and the top performing school in the Eastern Cape. The Department of Education is in agreement with us, and they have plowed a lot of time, specialists, subject matter specialists, into the school in developing the curriculum, in ensuring that the right teachers are attracted.
Once they put their foot in that gate, they must focus on ensuring that they build themselves a better future as change agents in their own homes. Happy birthday, Dadath. We can pride ourselves in saying you led the way, you truly showed leadership. Everybody now is mobilized.
That's the message to the young: learn and make your own faith. And to all the elders, to the parents, make sure the best that you can give to your kids is education.